Switzerland says it is neutral. But why does most of the world's money end up there? Because its banking secrecy is the strongest financial weapon in history. It is the only place on earth that guarantees your money will never be confiscated, even if the world turns upside down. To fortify this product, they crafted a criminal law that terrifies even the employees themselves: prison for anyone who dares to utter the name of an account holder. Neutrality was never an ethical stance. It was a product, the greatest financial commercial product a state has ever invented in the modern era. And the question no one can answer honestly: is Switzerland the vault, or is it merely the key held by the owners of the wealth? In 1934, Switzerland passed the Federal Banking Act. Article 47 transformed banking secrecy from a custom into a criminal offense. Any bank employee who discloses information about a client faces a prison sentence. The official narrative that spread later claims the law was created to protect Jewish assets from the Nazis, but the historical truth is clearer. Drafts of the law already existed before Hitler's rise to power, and the primary motive was to protect the Swiss banking sector from external pressures, especially from France and Germany during times of crisis. Secrecy was not created to protect the weak, but to protect the system. And here comes the second question. Does Swiss neutrality protect the owners of wealth? Or did the owners of wealth invent this neutrality? Swiss neutrality has been officially recognized since 1815 after the Congress of Vienna. But over time, it transformed from a political position into an economic tool. During the Second World War, Switzerland remained officially outside the conflict, yet it was at the very heart of the financing. The Swiss National Bank purchased vast quantities of gold from the German Reich. Estimates by the Independent Commission reached more than 1 billion Swiss francs of German gold, a large part of which was looted gold from the central banks of occupied countries, and even gold taken from concentration camp victims. Switzerland dealt with both sides. It received money from the Allies and from the Axis, and it benefited from being the only place where both sides could place their funds without fear of direct confiscation. Neutrality here was not refraining from war. It was a strategic choice that turned the Alps into the largest safe vault in a collapsing Europe. After the war ended, banking secrecy became a global brand. Dictators, arms dealers, wealthy families, and tax evaders all found in Switzerland the same guarantee: your money will never be confiscated, and your name will not be easily revealed. Even after the major reforms of the last 2 decades, and after Switzerland joined the automatic exchange of information system with more than 100 countries, domestic secrecy remains strong. Article 47 is still in force. Disclosure to a third party other than official authorities is a crime. Switzerland remains one of the largest centers for managing cross-border wealth in the world. Recent estimates speak of more than $2 trillion in foreign assets managed there.
And here comes the deeper question. Does Switzerland own the world's greatest banking secret, or does the banking secret own Switzerland? When you have a legal system that terrifies the employees themselves, mountains capable of storing gold in underground bunkers, a stable currency, and a recognized political neutrality, you are no longer just a country. You have become the infrastructure of global wealth. The major banks, such as UBS, became too big to fail. When Credit Suisse collapsed, the Swiss state intervened to rescue it, because its collapse was not merely a bank crisis, but a threat to the reputation of the entire place. But let us be more precise. Does Switzerland control the anonymous money, or does the anonymous money write Switzerland's laws? International pressures changed a great deal. America imposed the FATCA law. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development imposed the automatic exchange of information. Switzerland was forced to relinquish a large part of its secrecy toward foreigners. And yet, the system did not collapse. The wealth did not all flee. The place remains attractive. Why? Because those who seek real security are not looking only to hide their name from taxes. They are looking for long-term stability, for a legal system that is difficult to manipulate, for a small country that does not easily enter major military alliances. Neutrality here became a commodity. Secrecy became a brand, and the mountains became a wall. And in the end, we return to the most dangerous question. Did the money hide in Switzerland, or did Switzerland hide inside the money? Because the small country that sits in the heart of Europe, that possesses no major natural resources, and that has lived on neutrality for 2 centuries, built its economy on a simple and dangerous idea. We are the only place that guarantees your money will never be confiscated, even if the world turns upside down. They turn silence into a legal weapon. They turned the Alps into a fortress. They turned neutrality into a product for sale. So the question is no longer, why does the world's money go to Switzerland? The question has become, is Switzerland the vault, or is it merely the key held by the owners of the wealth? And do the owners of this anonymous wealth ultimately hold the power? Think about it.